Right now, my body feels totally transparent, and I feel like I'm in an immense space that goes infinitely in every direction. And I'm left alone at the center. And when I look at myself in the inside by turning my vision around and going into feeling instead of vision, it's a very extreme, profound state of bliss and happiness. It just spills over. Now it comes to me almost whenever it feels like. And you too can have it after only 50 years of practice. Or you could just sit and we'll sit here together.
Ed,
Yeah.
just wanted to say thank you for coming and joining us today.
Oh, sure.
Just want to
Thank
let
you.
you know we appreciate that.
Does it feel any different with me here than without me?
I do.
Okay. It's hard to describe what I feel now in satsang. Like it's explosive energy inside of me that fills me with happiness because it wipes away everything else except the space that I'm embedded in. There's no place for unhappiness, sadness, or anything else because it's just one big blob of bliss. And I don't even know how it comes now. It just comes more automatically. And this is the state you want to be in. Tell you about it. This is the state after you've done living your life as an ordinary seaman or a cop or an auto repair person. This is the life of rest after you've worked for many years. This is what the way you're supposed to do it in India. Raise a family and work. And then in the twilight of your life, you go off and wander around looking for God. But I found God and he doesn't want me to work, I think, which is quite all right with me. Of course, I'm 82 and no kindergarten is going to hire me. Does anybody have any questions? I feel
It's,
good now. Go ahead.
I've recently been reading a book about
Can you speak
Tibetan.
up?
I've recently been reading a book by the Dalai Lama about death. And I was just thinking that what you're describing sounds like what they write about.
Sounds like what?
Sounds like what they write in the book, the states you go
Yeah.
through as you approach death.
Who is the person that wrote it?
Dalai Lama.
Uh, uh, it's very curious because at this moment, I feel very soft and open. And as what come into me is light and happiness, almost explosively. And when I see around me, it's not nearly so important with what's going on inside of me, which is dwelling in that, what would you call it, the original state that a human is in without thought, without understanding, and of just being, focusing on the just being. And when you focus on it long enough, for enough period of time, it starts responding by blasting you open and leaving you in bliss and peace. And this itself, I think, is the highest teaching. It totally exceeds and excels and surpasses anything that can be said in writing or words or talking. So it's a kind of teacher on a higher level.
when I first started attending this group, the first thing I noticed is this kind of difference that it made to be in your presence.
And I try to turn up the volume. I have a hard time hearing you. Wait a second. Maybe I can.
Perhaps, probably not you. My voice has become very soft.
Okay. What's the
Well,
difference you feel?
closer to bliss than without your presence.
Yeah. Because that's all I am right now. From the top of my head to my toes, I'm just light and happiness, bliss, with an extremely high energy. This bliss, subtle but extremely energetic. But the energy can't really be expressed because it's too rough and big. So it just simmers. And that's that simmering that I'm sensing now, which is not the explosion, but a resting in my own beingness. And that only happens because after many years, I stopped paying any attention to myself. That's the wrong way of putting it. Stopped paying any attention to the world and paid more attention to myself as I feel when I sit in silence. And it's the state that I feel now of happiness, bliss, and light exploding all around me, permeating all aspects of satsang and all of you, but feeling it in my sense of body as opposed to anything outside. It's like you are in me, and I feel the bliss and you together at the same time. And I'm so happy I was able to come because I didn't feel like I had anything to offer today.
Edji, is it possible that your renewed sense of bliss is connected to what we're doing here as a group?
I had not considered that, but I do notice now that when I opened up the screen and you were all here sitting quietly, listening to some music, that the bliss became extremely strong and the silence settled in me. And I was very happy. I still am very happy. Who asked that question?
Marcus Aurelius III. I did. Yeah, because we've been sitting here in bliss and silence since the top of the hour. So.
Good, I'm glad for you.
But my point is that perhaps we are energetically connected in ways that are
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. Because in this state, I realize everything I learned before as a human was of no value compared to this state that I feel now, which is my own beingness. This is the bottom most fundamental state we all feel from the moment we woke up till we go to bed at night, but we don't pay any attention to it because it's the base state. And we figure you have to go high in order to attain spiritual things. But instead, you go low and you find your own beingness, and that beingness permeates everything. So uh, there's little Eddie. He's getting old and he's sort of sick now. He's weak. He doesn't have long to live. And we feed him baby food through a syringe. And he bucked up and started eating again. Come here, little guy. Come here. Don't fall over. Come on. Come on. Come on. Also, I've noticed that my feeling grasp of animals has increased to such a degree. I just love it being around any animal. There's no need to talk, but we communicate on a different level. It's like we acknowledge each other's existence. Just rest in your beingness. That's all there is to it. It's been there. It's always outside of your normal attention because what is important to most of us is what happens in everyday life, on the job, problems that arise, etc., and things we focus on that we shouldn't. We get lost in that external shit and we lose sight of ourselves. And it starts very early in life, like the age of 2 or 3, where our parents and then our teachers force you to pay attention to the world and how the world operates instead of paying attention to your own inner beauty and power and emptiness and vastness. But now I'm no good for the external world anymore because I'm just resting in myself, in that incredible band of a sense of presence inside of me, that I'm alive and well. And when I feel that, my God, it's such a blast. There's nothing like it that I could imagine.
I like when you said, Edgy, that there's no room for anything else. It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
I'll quote you on that big blob of bliss. I'll quote that as an edgyism.
How are you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great. My focus has never been better. Like my emptiness, like all the things you talk about, I'm right on point with that. And what's been increasing for me lately is the tactile sense. So there's always been the visual, the sound, and the feeling. It's the feeling part is becoming stronger now. The other parts are I've always said the other parts are there, but they're not the important part. The important part is the feeling. When I say feeling, it's like when you feel euphoria, that kind of feeling, or even like an inner energetic tactile, like I'm touching it, I'm abiding in it, I'm bathing in it. And
Yes.
that part is getting stronger lately. That
Is there
tactile
anyone
sense.
else that feels that innerness so strongly that it bathes you in your own happiness, in your own bliss, in your own measure, that you just feel like resting in it because it loves you as much as you love it, and you feel the love? I don't experience much of the world anymore. Only me and the energies and light within. We can repeat this satsang on Wednesday to make up for not being here all day. Same time as usual, noon. Remember that. Wednesday at noon, we have an appointment.
Is that Midwestern time?
What's that?
Midwestern time?
I can't hear you.
Is it 2 o'clock now? 2:10, 2:15 where you are?
It's no, it's now 1:10.
Thank you.
So it'd be noon my time, Arizona. And it's 1:15 here. So an hour ago.
Mhm.
Of course, there's a time change coming up, so all those in regions that have the time change in October, it'll be a 2-hour difference instead of a 3. Well, anyway, it's Arizona time, noon
What
Arizona
time were we
time.
going to meet then? What time were we going to meet?
No. You're going to come at the same time, but some of us are going to have. We're going to come an hour earlier because we're on time shifting places.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not yet. It'll be sometime next month.
I'm just going to sit here for a while. You can come or go as you want. What you want to experience is your own sense of presence, of being a person and being alive, not using words, but totally as a sensation. Yourself in silence. Feel your whole body. Feel your mind. Feel your presence sitting. And feel the permeation of the bliss throughout the whole thing. That's all you have to do. And the meditation takes care of you later. When you've been purified enough, it comes to you, it seeks you out, it loves your presence and the bliss you're in. And it comes to you to hang out with you.
Hi, dear.
I'm in Satsang, Karima. Okay. I'll see you Wednesday. I love you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Doesn't go anywhere without your presence.
All right.